twist it, right? Because with parents giving their children technological devices for Christmas,
Yeah.
research has already predicted that those who are going to govern are the ones who are going to be able to read, write, understand, and spell. And I use this as an example to let you know, okay, for example, let's say I send you a message and you like it and you put LOL. Now, LOL, it means laugh out loud. What we are beginning to realize is simple words students are now unable to spell. They cannot even tear it apart phonetically. For example, you have children who cannot spell laugh. LAH, they cannot spell laugh, right? And this is where the research now starts to shine a spotlight to let you know, listen, if they continue along this line, along this path, only those who are able to read, write, understand, and calculate are going to be the ones who then going to rule in the next couple generations to come. So even though we have to give these devices, or some parents say it as a need to give the devices, what we need to do is to still hold on to simplicities. Simplicities, for example, snake and ladder, draft, all these kind of things. They taught numeracy skills. They taught literacy skills. Right? When you had to play moral and hopscotch and all those sort of things. It actually was teaching our children without them knowing that they were being taught. Right? So I just wanted to give a little spin on it. And the gentleman, I endorse all what I'm hearing. But what we need to do, we need to arm ourselves differently as to how we're going to be able to guide our children and our grandchildren along that path. For example,
but with these modern technology?
Yes, but you see, common sense. I can tell you, in the field of education, they are now telling you common sense is no longer common anymore. Very simple things. With all the technology and with all the evolution and all of that, you find very simple things students are unable to adhere and complete. Anyway, you have yourself a wonderful season.
Wow. Thank you.
And blessings to you and all.
Thank you very much. All right. Oh boy. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you again. Pleasant day.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know, long time growing up, back in the days, you know, your family wasn't rich, but they just could afford the things, the basic things that they could have give you Christmas Day. And you know, long time when you're small, you know, you're looking forward. They had a car long time, but battery a 4 weeks ago, so it's spinning and going all the way along and like flashing. You know, you're looking forward for all these things. Well, you know, I was small, I was the core god, but I was looking forward. And I was hard. So when my grandfather used to cut my tail, when he get out of cut, I got cracking too. But so luckily, when I was Christmas, I ended up being on the thing. And when I because he got the shoes the cock, and I hit me in my eye. But that's how the whole day, that was I get was international. You know? So I ended up getting rid of that. But it's the Lego set, and you see the puzzles on them. We still have long time. We used to build, you know, you have a total puzzle. You sort it, put it in the living room. And you just sort it out. You cannot create in the mind, you know? But the only thing that I was longing for that I never get was the skill and trick set. You know the one with the number 8?
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Yeah, the number 8. And I'm telling you, it's only big shot people could afford the big one. When you put it in the living room.
Oh, take up the living room, boy. Yeah.
Take up the whole living room. And you know your friends come across and all the driving each other, driving one of the cars and things. You know? That's the only thing I didn't think, but I had the little wrecker, and you know, and the dump truck and thing, and the tractor and thing, picking up sand and thing. It was fun back in the days growing up, you know? It was fun. Now, I'm listening to me very carefully. I wouldn't calculate, I wouldn't the young people that now born into this era. Let us be real, because if I didn't know born into this era, I have to take what I get, to take it back on. No, I would have liked to listen to see what your grandfather meant, what they used to have for their Christmas, and try to put that in their mind, and things,
Yes.
So sometimes we just want to say all the youth and them, they know they want. But remember, they born in this era, and they have everything. They get all the ready things coming to them at that. Look at tablets. We didn't have no tablet in them days. The only tablet I know is you want to drink and a bottle and some water and a solo to make better.
Right.
So you have a blessed day and enjoy the rest of the season.
Yes, sir.
And I hope they see you back, they hear you back on work for the coming new year. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right then.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, well, things have time change. Even when Christmas comes around, Christmas Eve night, you're sure you're looking for a stocking. You're looking for stocking to hang up to get your toy all them. Watch now. Those were the good old days, Those were the good old days. But I don't know if those days still exist, Good afternoon to you.
Me again, young man.
Yeah.
To add again to what the lady would have said before.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only spelling, they can't spell, they can't read properly, they can't write properly. I'll give you a good example.
Yeah.
As a policeman,
Mm-hmm.
I would have gone through the station that on numerous occasions.
Mm-hmm.
Can't write at all to save their life, and the spelling bad, even grammar is atrocious.
Ah. Wow.
These are people who would have had all the subjects.
Yeah.
Want to do the degrees, and these are some of the people who are being promoted in the police service right now. Not people with experience, people with qualification.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like the lady was saying, LOL means laugh out loud.
Yeah.
And it brought to mind something that I saw in a statement that a young policeman had written, and he spelled laugh, L-A-F-F.
Oh.
I have to correct that.
Oh.
Right?
Laugh. Okay.
Spell loud, L-O-A-U-A-D.
Oh. What's that?
I have a clue. But there are fellas who would have come into the service with 5 and 6 subjects and then went on to do university degrees or going to university after work to get promoted.
Oh.
These are people who probably you would have to go to make a report to now. And they're talking at you. Like if you and them went to school together, I wouldn't say they're talking to you because they always speak loud.
Yeah.
Talking at you. And they're telling you here what's going on. I had this work already.
Oh.
You want me, I don't want you.
Yes.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
This is where we are now.
Oh, time really changed, boy.
All the technology in the world, all the iPad and the iPhone and the whatever.
Yeah.
They may very well know how to use it very well. They may be very competent in use of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But ask them to read and write. They can't do it. Right?
Right. Oh.
I remember this is what I got rushing at school. Used to make out a grocery list and tally it in her mind by doing tables. You see she checking on her finger and she balancing what she has to balance to make sure everything works out very well, and every penny counted, every penny was counted where she was concerned.
Right.
Everybody who have to do any kind of calculation now have to do it on a calculator. They pull out the phone and they start. You just go and see other places sometimes. They pull out the phone and we even need bank. They pull out the phone and they do things to try to balance whatever they may have for you or however they do the business.
Mm-hmm.
They brain. They must do some sort of electronic device. This is what we're encouraging, and this is where we head into now.
So, Kola, is it then that technology is responsible for, I will say, spoiling the world, spoiling the generation? Technology is responsible?
Oh, no doubt whatsoever. I mean, it's a point. It is very good for how it is applied and who it is applied by.
Yeah.
Right? But some of us, we are dumb as the back of our spoon, but we're very technologically advanced.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right. Oh, that's the thing, boy. I could understand that. I
Look at
could
me,
understand. Uh-huh.
Simple example. The average young man these days will commit some kind of crime. Well, I wouldn't say the average young man. I would say a young man who is involved in a life of crime will commit a crime.
Yeah.
And rings around some of the younger policemen now. We have a lot of bright policemen. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We have a lot of bright policemen who would have learned from the older heads who would have left.
Mm-hmm.
They can't outsmart them fellas at them at all. But these fellas now who would lock their phone, do this, do that, do the other, and the next, and run rings around a policeman or anybody.
It's 1:45.
And you can't catch them at all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's real interesting, boy.
Noon where the work is concerned.
Yes.
Still can't catch them fellas at them. Ask yourself why.
Why, boy?
Application.
Uh-huh.
You have a good day.
All right, thank you. Application, that's it, yes. Oh. Oh, you interested to know how time has evolved, technology has evolved, and once things like that happen, everything evolves with it. So one of the days when you had things to enjoy your life, it's different today. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, David, or listeners. Everything is evolving eventually,
Mm-hmm.
The mind, the tone, ideas of people is evolving. People see at a wider scope.
Yeah.
And they see differently and indifferently. So what I'm looking at and like to discuss is the education concerning young people. The government, the authorities, should make it mandatory for children, even though they want to continue education, because some children may not be able to go far. So instead of when they drop out, the authorities should make sure, get in contact with them, have programs for them, make it mandatory when they come out of school, 18 years or so, for those who like continue to university, you go abroad, or whatsoever, maybe those who go on the here, only they drop out, get them into program, skills program, a skill training program, have a dormitory big enough like a university to have them there and keep them every day to learn a skill of it, not for long, maybe 2 or 3 years, just till that I learn the skill or the trade. And if you drop out very young, you go and you get them, and you get them, there are a lot of people that could be saved from self-destruction. Because how come they could be attracted to young leaders so quickly? And they cannot get them to be attracted to be skillful, trained people. When they do come out of the dormitory, they will have a skill or a trade to help them in a honest living. Instead of getting young and getting themselves killed. You know what I'm saying, David?
Yeah.
So they should make it mandatory that when they drop out, when they come out of school, you find them and they get into the dormitory. And if they want to continue and learn to read and learn and things, because if they don't learn carpentry, they have to do measurement. They'll have to check money.
Yeah.
They'll have to do all these things. So even though they can't read and write, if they so desire in the dormitory, they could do that. You know what I'm saying, David?
They have a skill.
So yeah. A skill will help them plenty. And yesterday, David, you were talking about the wars and things going on.
Yeah.
Where the look is going to be a biological and a viral war. What is taking place? You might see missiles and guns and things fired, but it's biological and viral war. That is entered the new genome of people. Wow. I do thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Oh boy. Okay. Hi, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Merry New Year.
And Joseph Christmas.
The officer will call a while ago. You ever understand in this thing, they are talking the education system, but in all spheres, like it's scraping the bottom of the barrel. I say with all police and all soldiers and all army men and things, custom men and things, but we scraping the bottom of the barrel. Look, for instance, they're saying the education system failed and they are talking the education system. When man going in the prison, next thing man getting 5 subjects. Man getting degree, man learning to play music. So what is the problem? What is the problem? You ever notice that? I noticed if I have some for anything, they make 25 years, they come out, they pass CXC, they pass this, they could draw. So in other words, wait time and they are talking the education system and they say because of the failure of the education system, they end up in prison. So rationalize that for me now. And let the policeman call me and tell me nothing or the police service not alone in that problem. It's all walks right wrong, like something wrong somewhere. I don't know.
Well,
right.
Yes, sir. Well, that's interesting because there's a guy to be released. He made 30 years on murder charge. I wonder if he coming out with any skill, boy.
He could draw better than how the Mr. Leroy Clark. I'm sure he could draw.
Right.
And he could big time mechanic. If you can't say 1 and 1 is 2, you could do mechanic, you could draw, you could do art, you could do mason, you could do welding. The government give you boots, they give you free jump, they give you money and all passes to go to work.
Yeah. Once you can't draw a gun, that'll be good. But if you could draw, no problem. Once you can't draw a gun, that'll be good.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But the prison service have one set of scholars coming out. Then when we kill people and things already and say, oh, I best, I guess ICXC, I do advance. I could look the man will make the prison and he went he make a semi-final. Good Calypso then can't get pick, he get pick. It's gonna park the other day. So me understand. You understand what we want?
Right.
All right, good program.
Thank you. Oh, hello, good day to you.
Good afternoon, Admiral David.
Sir.
I decided I'm going to just listen for a while, but I don't like when I hear people talk about your bad talking, the education system, your bad talking. No, the discussion. People are pointing out the good and the bad, but you'll find any part of the world. Nobody is bad talking. I mean, when you want to say about children fighting in school, oh, it's exemplary. They're doing very well. We should encourage that. Have a blessed one, my friend. I've locked on and listening.
Thank you. Right. All right. Good day to you.
Yeah, good day, David.
Yes, sir.
I think sometimes I was listening to a lady a while ago, and she was articulating something that she feels the government should do. Now, the government should do as much as they could as a facilitator to provide opportunities. But I find that sometimes we do be honest about the availability of opportunities and who make use of them. And I say that against the background as a man of African origin. I have observed over the years from young that the educational opportunities are there. But people have to avail themselves of them and make use of them. Sitting in the class is not making use of the educational opportunity. And sometimes we have a conversation and we ask, well, wait now, why so many youths of African origin ending up in crime, right?
Yeah.
A higher percentage than, say, from the East Indian population. And it's a simple thing, it had to do with guidance and family and community structure and what have you. Yesterday I went by a mechanic, and I was telling my wife this morning, I said I was admiring how the mechanic had his son, because I had to ask her, sweet now, school closed or? She said, no, not yet. No, because all my children big, our grandchildren, but I was just trying to make sure because the guy was there and he was so interested in the mechanic work.
Yeah.
And he was involved in it, and I was looking, I said, look how the father passing on these skills to this son. Now, he might be going to school, maybe he take a day off, maybe going in the evening, whatever.
Yes.
But he's not just a delinquent staying home then. You know, and I was looking at that and admiring that, and I say, you know, he will one day probably manage this big garage here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think it had to do a lot with guidance. I live in Princestown, and I always make this observation. If I go out by the recreation ground in the night, you go to walk or just a line with some fellas watch a football or something.
Yeah.
You could look on that ground and see that if they have 20 little fellas, I don't want to call them delinquent because they're not in violence on us at the moment. They're playing football.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But you could look at them, not the same fellas every night, and see that maybe 80% of them are of African origin. And sometimes I ask myself, I say, but these fellas should be home doing schoolwork.
Oh.
You know, I had to comment after, I say, no, the majority of East Indian youths that age doing schoolwork, these out here, they're running up and down, they're cussing, they're barefooted, you know. Now, I know the area most of them come from. And I know that it's not them as individuals who are bad or thing, but what they're exposed to and how they're growing up, it is still coming right back
Mm-hmm.
to parenting. Because if you have a child that sit exam, say CXC, and didn't get a full certificate,
Mm-hmm.
or even if they get a full certificate, you as a parent, they still have a child that you're dealing with. You have to guide them, what career path they want to follow, whether they want to continue studying, even if they're working, they could study it. You know, I heard somebody talking about night classes and all them things. You know what night classes is have going on?
Yeah.
All kind of diplomas and all kind of things. When you go on, if you go to the class and you look,
Mm-hmm.
you can see I live in the South, so the expectation is that the percentage of the class to be East Indian, because the majority of East Indians live in South Central and the majority of Afro-Trinidadians live in Central North and some in the South,
Mm-hmm.
but in a minority. But you could look at it plainly and see. You know, because I asked myself, I said, where are these young other ethnic groups in the night, you know, making mischief and cussing, and you can't even tell them, you know, you can't guide them again then. Like that was long ago.
Yeah.
You know, you go on the field and you see a young fella, he misbehaving or he's a little deviant, you could call him and talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Even this fella, who used to play cricket for Trinidad, Dave Mohammed, who they named the pavilion after.
Yeah.
He used to be a little delinquent around. I remember him calling me, he say, hey, what are you doing so and so, boy? I said, what you want then? He said, you could drop my ups in Crossroad, I want my cricket clothes wash. He's a teenager trying to make Trinidad in cricket, no parents guiding him and things.
Yeah.
East Indian guy, but even though he was delinquent,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he went on thief or not, you know. So
Yeah.
a lot of it had to do with how we socialize people. And once the opportunities are there, you have to go and avail yourself of it. The government can make that thing mandatory or make this thing. You have to go out there. You have to look in the papers and see, hey, classes going on and so and so. Right? Bam, bam. And sometimes it's free. If you have to pay, you pay a little something, so and so. As I always say this, I'm going off after this.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first jobs I did, even though I had a full certificate in those days, in those days it was GC, and you could have gotten a job. Because eventually that is what got me a job.
Yeah.
In the public service, just 5 subjects. But even though I had that, I didn't stay home. I remember a gentleman by the name of Leslie, living on the same street with me. He called me, just watching me maybe from something out, and he said, hey, instead of staying home during the holidays, let me get you a holiday job at a supermarket. They now call them Massy stores.
Yeah.
But at that time now, or Massy supermarket or whatever, but at that time, you went in there to work. It was really colonial. The salaries were outrageous. If I tell you the salary, you sink.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Do you know what the salary was? No,
What?
you could have survived, you know.
Uh-huh.
The salary was $27 a fortnight. Now, at that time, I knew it was kind of exploitation, you know. But rather than stay home and do nothing, I said, look, you know, let me go out. Within 3 weeks, the manager called me and tell me, hey, he want to send me for an interview.
Yeah.
Send me by the Center for Excellence up there for an interview. Cannings was the company. The point I'm making is this. You have to kind of make your way and try and, you know, establish yourself. Now, every time I go by a supermarket, I ain't lying, you know, every time I go by a supermarket
Mm-hmm.
with my wife, if she ain't looking to tip the person, I just tip the person. And I tell the fella, I say, hey, that job you're doing, That's the first job I ever did. You do have to end there. That's just a start. You could be the manager of the supermarket someday. And most of the time, they watch man smile. And I hope it could just send off a light bulb in the head to make them know that ultimately it has come down to your own individual and commitment to yourself and what you want for yourself. Because all the opportunities in front of you. And if you don't go there and reach out for them and make use of them, you know, it is like I hear people saying, oh, it's no youth camp. Every day when I pass in St. Madeleine, yes, there are no youth camp. But I see a bunch of young fellas coming out of the NECS center. High technology things they're learning, welding and undersea welding and all kind of things. So, I don't know. The point is this, you have to go out there and you have to encourage your children. You'll get disappointment, but they have to wake up. Because you get disappointment, you'll sit down on the block and just say, I ain't doing nothing. You know, when the tough get going, when the going get tough, the tough does get going. Let me let somebody else make a contribution. Maybe if an opportunity, I might.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, sir. Well, it's 2 o'clock, so we take a break for the 2 o'clock news update. And we come again, all right?
Good afternoon, I'm Leanne St. Clair, and this is your 2 o'clock news update on WAC 90.1 FM. Noting that many countries are pushing forward with cashless transactions, Finance Minister Colm Imbert says Trinidad and Tobago must not be left behind. Champion steel pan arranger Earl Rodney has died. In a musical career that spanned several decades, Earl Rodney's last performance was in 2019 at his birthday celebration entitled 81 and Still Going Strong. Meanwhile, the National Action Carnival Committee, or the NACC, has announced its Calypso of the Year 2023. The award ceremony saw the performance of 20 bright Calypso stars, but only one would walk away with a big prize. And Tobagonians got an opportunity to learn about the life of soca star Marshall Montano as the publication King of Soca was brought to Tobago. In regional news, the International Monetary Fund, or the IMF, has found that Guyana's economy has tripled in size since the country began extracting oil in late 2019. In international news, a YouTuber has been jailed for 6 months for deliberately crashing his plane for views and then lying about it to U.S. investigators. And in sport news, Aidan Greaves of Trinidad and Tobago etched his name in the annals of judo history by winning gold at the 57th Annual Dallas Open Judo Championship and the following day, silver and bronze at the 2023 Judo USA President's Cup, both recently concluded in Texas. Stay tuned for these stories and much more in detail coming up in our major newscast at 4 p.m. right here on WAC 90.1 FM.
Culture Crazy, TNT's #1 WAC 90.1 FM visual radio, celebrates its 20th anniversary in collaboration with the WAC Fan Club, Central Florida, with an 8-day cruise on board the Caribbean Horizon to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao from December 7th to December 15th, 2024. Cabin costs depend on your choice of ocean view, inside cabin, or balcony. Secure your spot with 3 easy payments, due 3rd December 2023, 6th April 2024, and the final payment on 30th of August 2024. Meet and greet fans from across the globe, have fun in the sun, and engage in flavors from our daily shows and theme parties. The Red, White, and Black Night, the All-White Night, plus other events planned for our WAC crew. You must book your trip via supactravel.com to attend the commemorative private events. WhatsApp or call Supat 240-472-2140. Dancer Boy 917-753-3123. Shortman 813-263-2127. Diana 407-745-7492. Meet us in Miami Don't miss this one.
The Community Builders Action Group, under the patronage of the Palo Seco Open Bible Church, presents Christmas in the Village 2023, connecting communities, strengthening families, starting the 7th to the 10th of December 2023 from 6:30 p.m. nightly at the number 8 Road Basketball and Recreation Ground, Palo Seco. All vendors can access export-type booths for only $300 per night while we enjoy the sweet parang, extempo competition, fireworks, hamper giveaways, community night with live DJs, and much more. Don't miss it. It's coming, and it's absolutely free. See you there. Thank you.
Come, let we do this one for Kenny.
Calypso Troopers presents a Kenny J Memorial Show at the Diatonic Pan Institute, Mary Street, Saparia, on Saturday, 9 December at 8:30 p.m. Featuring Daddy Chiney, Impulse, Del Toro, King Luther, Abby Blackman, El Drago, Sharala, and Roxy Singh with the Diatonic Steel Orchestra. Special guest appearance by Crow. Admission $150. For more information, call 684-2246 and 499-4788. Part proceeds goes to the Joseph family.
Epic Fed Promotions present Soca Parang with a Flavor. New York was off the chain, sold out, fantastic. Now it's Florida this Saturday, December 9th. Come and parang at Lalo's, 1400 North State Road 7 in Lauderhill, with the Soca Parang King Skarunta. Plus Ricky Jai, Eddie Charles, and the #1 parang band from Trinidad and Tobago out of Toronto, Los Pajaros, and DJs Tolo and Silk Spice and House Arrest. Hosted by Eric St. Bernard. Saturday, December 9th at Lalo. Get your tickets now because Skronta will be in concert. Call 754-267-0115, 754-267-0115, or online socaparangwithaflavor.eventbrite.com. Soca Parang with a Flavor. Skronta, Ricky Jai, Eddie Charles, and Los Pajaros. Yes, Florida is the best and biggest parang lime. This Saturday, December 9th at Lalo's, 1400 North State Road 7 in Lauderhill. Doors open at 8 p.m. Powered by Epic Fed Promotion.
Merry Christmas. Have a bright and a prosperous New Year.
People, reminiscing. You know, these are the days, boy. You know, these were the days when, you know, you had the toys, you had nice gifts, but again, you know, things are a little different now. You know, the technology has evolved, so because of that, you know, things are a little different now. You know. But, you know, I sit down here and I was wondering, there's still a roller skate and skateboards around? All these are things, you know, when Christmas time comes around, you look forward to these things, you know? You look forward to getting these things for Christmas. You love Christmas because you know these are the things that you're going to get. Hello, good day to you.
Good day, Mr. Matthews. How are you?
Everything is great.
You're sounding good. You're ready for the season.
Yes, I am. I love Christmas.
I know you do, and you have the vocal cords all, sharpened and singing lustily.
Definitely.
Great.
Yes.
So, on topic, my favorite Christmas doll as a child, I got this doll that could walk.
A walking dolly?
So you'd hold a hand. Yeah, you'd hold a hand and the legs will just, I don't know what mechanics were in the belly, but you'd hold a hand, like you'd hold a toddler's hand, and then the legs will just, but it was a slow walk, but it was walking.
Oh.
So that was my favorite, along with, I used to get little tea sets. I really like tea.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a kitchen set, but I got the tea set with a mug and the little saucers and stuff like that. So that was mine. But I agree with one of the previous callers who alluded to the fact that technology is changing things.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I think parents today don't want their children to be quote-unquote left out. Sometimes because of peer pressure that they spend what they don't have and give in to all these little gadgets, which again is good and bad, because it was funny, the other day I was sending a text and I was in a rush. So I'm sending the text and, they have that autocorrect and everything, and they'll give you hints for words and stuff will come up.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to type in there, like THERE, because it was like a place. But instead, they put in THEIR, which is like belonging to someone.
Right.
And I sent it, and only when I pressed send and I looked back at the text, I was like, oh my God. It's so wrong.
Yes.
So even like in words that are like synonyms, children today, I mean, like I have nieces and nephews, and it really, really saddens me that I think too a lot of the times the parents give them those things as babysitters. So it's like, I give you this gadget and you could go in your room and you wouldn't bother me for 2 hours because you're on a game or the interaction and stuff, like when you get a little toy for Christmas, everybody in the yard, all the grandchildren would be in the yard, and we're all happy and playing, and while the adults inside cooking, because our family was like a really big family.
Yeah.
So those are things that I feel are sadly missed and not there again, because so even social interaction with children it's on the decline, because you're just locked away behind a game or behind a screen, and that is sad. But you've had some good callers. One of them, before I go, I want to say, the man who called about, the government making things mandatory for when you leave school, so you have something. In theory, that sounds good, but in practical, that isn't, because the reality is, when you reach 18, government can't dictate what you should and shouldn't do. You're considered to be an adult. So then it's really up to the adults around those children, or young adults, to guide them. As much as we can't have a dictatorship, that's not who we are as a people, as a government.
Yeah.
So, he's saying, that they should have something mandatory. Truth is, that's very far-fetched.
Right.
It's up to the adults around those younger adults. So, how to have talk to them and to guide them. So as much as he wants that, it wouldn't happen. But just for the simple thing of technology, it's like, you're using it and it has its benefits, don't get me wrong, but it also has lots of negatives. So you have to balance it.
Yes.
And the spelling thing and it happens so fast that sometimes you're so quick to send something and is the wrong word that is used. With even like in synonyms, because it is computerized. There's only so much it could
do.
So much it could do. You're still not the human brain. So, there is that. All right, that's it. I'm listening.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right. And she says something there that really wake me up in Twitter, It's something called peer pressure. It's really, because if your child, good friend, get an iPhone, that child come and tell you, Mommy, Daddy, I want an iPhone, I want an iPhone. But because, the friend have an iPhone, you have to get one for the child, You know? You had to get one for the child. That's how peer pressure is, you know. That's how peer pressure is, boy. The child good friend have a bicycle. You have to get a bicycle for your own too. You understand? That's how peer pressure is, you know. Yeah, nah. But with all that, I love Christmas. Good day to you.
Good day, sir. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
Admiral David.
Yes, sir.
Our Guyanese friend called me, saying he couldn't get through to you, and he asked me to make a point for him as far as technology and advancement. Technology is good. I know a lot of people about all the Facebook and this and that. Technology is good. What you have to do, like you say, you got to monitor the children and show them, what you need to get out of the technology, rather than, using technology for devious means. But I mean, could you imagine in this day and age, that's where children get a lot of toys with this man and that, they're learning it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, a 5-year-old kid, you call a 5-year-old kid, and they can get on the computer and do almost anything that you,
Can do.
65, forget to do or don't know how to do.
Yeah.
So you have to encourage them to use it, but use it in the right way.
Correct.
Now, my comment is, I know my partner from Princeton say yes, when he was back in the days, and he started out in the, in the grocery store, etc. Part of our problem, David, is there came a time when, we get so sophisticated that we didn't want to do any manual labor anymore. Because, Eric William came in, and everybody wanted to get free education. We want we want our children to be doctors and lawyers, and we never promoted manual labor. Okay? And you see, and not only not promoted in the sense, like, now people come here and they sweep the street, and they make good money.
They wouldn't do it here.
Yeah, a doorman in New York, he's in a union, and they get big pension when he's, but you see, the salaries in Trinidad are not attractive for manual labor. So nobody's there aren't too many people who want to gravitate to that, to manual labor. That's part of our problem.
If caller.
Yeah.
If,
go ahead.
If you have an opportunity to sweep the street in Trinidad, you get a job to sweep the street in Trinidad, you will take it? You'll take it?
If I was there back then, that's what I'm saying.
The thing about it, a lot of people here wouldn't take it because of pride. But if they're getting it outside there in the States or, other countries, they will take it because nobody don't know them.
David, David, sanitation department in New York was tied up with the Italians. You couldn't get into sanitation department. They had a union. Okay? Now, I guess blacks get into it years ago. But when I first came here, you couldn't get a job as a sanitation man or woman, because the Italians had it stored up. The industry where you're cleaning house and cleaning, I forget how they call it, custodial. They were tied up with big unions, and you were making the money. And that's what I'm saying, that's the difference. People look down on you if you see your friends sweeping the street or doing some custodial work. You know what I'm saying? Here we do it. And it's not because somebody will see you. Here, it put money in your pocket. And you get, like I say, doormen. I know a couple of people who work as doormen. They open the door for when people come in and go in. They make big money. Plus the people get a 20 cents. So that's the problem. We have to make these manual labor a little more attractive. Because why would I want to stand up? Why would I want to go and bust my butt all weekend as a mason or a carpenter when I could stand up on the corner and make 3 times as much money in one day? Hey, that's the problem. Have a blessed one, my friend.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon. Oops. All right. So, it's challenging, it's different. So, life today is different because of technology. And the same way as the caller a while ago will talk about, like manual labor. a lot of what we call manual labor now is all about technological labor. Good afternoon. You have a real bad reception, boy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Ooh. You wanna try and call me back? Can't hear what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how it is, boy. It's all about technology today. You know? It's all about technology. It's different. But Christmas, we always look forward to Christmas because the younger ones will always enjoy Christmas because they know it's one time they get their gifts. They get it, well, their gifts will be their toy. And they know once they're the Christmas tree, they know something is under the Christmas tree for them. And they know once Christmas, well, I don't know if people still hang up stockings and them kind of things still and hoping that Santa will come and put something in it, but that is for next time, right? But here now, let me deal with this here. Hi, good afternoon.
Hey, David, is this better?
Yeah, a whole lot better.
Okay. So yeah, I was calling to fully endorse what Dan Saboy is saying, and to also add a piece that if we want our children to compete and be the best in the world, then we have to give them the tools, right? We have to give them the tools to use, but we also share responsibility of monitoring the use of the tools.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
So that is very important, and that's for all of us to do. And I heard the lady before spoke about the education system and the role they play, and she's right, as well as the policeman, and they're right. The problem is for the government to stand up unilaterally and make decisions, educational decisions, would be a problem. It requires the work of the opposition. So politics come into play. And here we go again with the stymied. Meanwhile, in between time, the children are suffering. The nation is suffering because we're raising a bunch of kids who are who are dependent on this technology to move forward, but they're misusing it. So we have to find a balance, brother. We have to find a balance. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Definitely, we have to. Good afternoon.
Hey, David, good afternoon. How you doing?
Well, everything is cool, man. I'm waiting for my Christmas gift.
I know. You start planning already?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the topic that I'm listening to, I just logged on a little while ago. I think it's not one thing or another, you know. It's not people don't want to do manual labor for a low wage. It's not just one thing or another. To me, it's broader and more complex. And let me give you an example. I think you can't dismiss the culture, right? The cultural way we are. And it affects everything. It permeates every aspect of our social fabric. So, for example, it's the same reason that when somebody mentioned, and you come out here, you can do the work because nobody knows you and that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's probably that probably is working for some people. But the reason that I think we have evolved how we are now is because we have more interaction with the outside world. We have more interaction with the outside world's materialistic drive. And for example, TV, we're watching more TV, we're seeing more things to want. So people, you know, the way we are evolving as a culture from where we once were is that. It's an evolution. So I think it's more complex than just saying that somebody don't want to sweep the street because of pride or the money is low. Yeah, you know, the reality is that we understand the system, and if you don't understand the system, then it's your fault. If you do things, put yourself in a situation to get a business or to whatever you got to do, or to go to school, or to whatever you have to do, you know the system. Your parents tell you the system. Even the most single parent mother would tell the children the system, and you make choices. Once a child is over 7, the child make a choice. the child starts evolving into that individualism, right? And they make a choice. So, whether the parents can funnel or guide or mold that kid, it's a moot point. It's another story. It's another argument. But, the kids have their certain level of individualism and drive and all that stuff. And of course, the parents can influence that, right? Mm-hmm. But the point is that the culture, the way we are, for example, you will walk down the street because you live in a small country and you might see, quote unquote, a Marshall Montano. And you're going to dismiss him. You're going to be like, hey, look, Marshall, here you on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because we are so comfortable. In another place, people, Marshall, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the way we are culturally, all those, I think that's a big part of where we are today as it relates to that. And I'm a big proponent of saying that all the time. There's a lot of systems in place for people who choose not to be lawyers and doctors. There are a lot of programs in place that a lot of people don't take advantage of or don't know about. And I think a lot of times people complain about the youths this and the youths that and the youths that, and there are opportunities for the youths that they don't know about. Them same people who complain. Yeah?
Yeah.
So the only point I'm making is that I think it's a little more complex than saying it's a pride or it's not just the money or the salary. I mean, if you know you haven't done anything, you can't expect to work for the money for the prime minister's salary.
Uh-huh.
You have to put yourself in places to earn.
Right.
And if you know you've not done that, then you have to do something else, right?
Yes, I got it.
Yeah, bless.
Thank you. All right. Good day to you. All right. Right. So, it's all about the Christmas gift of love, boy. It's all about the joy that Christmas brings. Especially, the younger ones really enjoy it more, I would think. They enjoy it more right now. Right? The young ones enjoy Christmas. As I say, Christmas is for the children. You were once a child, right? Yes, you were once a child, so you would have enjoyed the benefits of Christmas, right? You were once a child, right? Nice. But we'll elaborate on that at another time again, because there are so many components to the gifts of Christmas. But there's a song I have played in the background here. Right? I'm going to take this call here. Let's know. Good afternoon to you.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Matthews. Mr. Matthews, I love Christmas.
Yeah.
And I keep all my traditions. I bake everything. I do everything from scratch. Mm-hmm. My children, I give them the regular toys now. They're too old now. So what I do is, like, as I travel, they have these Pandora bracelets. So now I give them more like jewelry. I give them like vacations, like trips. Because they want the children to learn culturally. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of time our children don't develop because we keep them at one pace. Yeah. And it's only when you go to different places you can see different things. So it's not so much because I just saw Easy Bake on Facebook. Uh-huh. And I remember buying one of that for my daughter back in the 80s. And those we used to bake with a light bulb.
Yeah.
But they used to bake and they used to send us a cake mix and stuff. So you could have bake a little something with a light bulb. They call it the Easy Bake. Look at it right now, somebody have one up on Facebook. And I just happened to see because I remember getting one for my daughter. And I used to always get mixers and blenders and things. I always like kitchen stuff. Yeah. And look at me today, I'm still baking and cooking. So sometimes, and my daughter is a chef. So we just follow into that footstep and doing what we always had loved to do. And when it comes to, for Christmas, I think we should kind of hold our culture, make we sorrel, make we ginger beer, whether we like it or not. I will still make it, somebody won't drink it, Right. And I just love to smell the house, I give away my tree, I went and buy another one.
Huh?
Yeah, because the one I had was too tall. And, we could have moved a couple of years ago, so it's a different, a different setting.
Yeah.
But I said I wasn't going to put up one, Mr. Matthews, but I had to buy one because I feel like in the house not
missing something.
Like Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, if I don't have my Christmas tree. So, but I think as parents we have to monitor our children. We could get our children all the gifts. One thing I wanted to say is that they start giving them the cap gun and the water gun. But now they have what they call them, Western and Smith and all of them, a rifle who automatic rifle and thing, right? So better we leave them with the cap gun and the water gun, Mr. Matthew.
Right,
because half of those children who play with those guns didn't come out to be gun shooters. You know what I'm saying? So now we take, and you see, when you take away things from kids, it makes it more attractive. Like when you have countries that have no legal aid for drinking and smoking, like I went to Amsterdam, you find marijuana all about Mr. Matthews. I didn't see those other people on the street. So when the Prime Minister, the opposition lady said to use the age increase, it's not about that. Children gravitate to things when you tell them not to do it. In Amsterdam, you could find marijuana on every street corner, like candies in stores. And you're not seeing nobody pushing and nobody, because it's legal. You understand? You have to know what you could take and what you can't take. And my brother used to give us wine and take, and I don't drink alcohol because they didn't agree with me.
Yeah.
You understand? And I could buy me a month alcohol I won, but I wouldn't. You know? So I think when we tell children don't and not to do this, we tend to lose our children because they want to go out and experiment. So keep the tradition, keep our culture, and try our best to monitor the kids with everything.
I agree. Yes. Thank you.
Right.
All right, so that's a taste of Christmas vibes, boy. So it's just about 2:32, 2:31. So here now, that was a song I just want to touch here. There's a song that I have here. I want to play it, but I'm frightened to play it. Because I feel when I play the song, the station might crash. Now, the composer of the song, I don't know, like he had nothing else to do. Apparently, like he had too much time on his hand. I don't know why he chose this topic. To compose a song on. I don't know what will happen. I hope the station remains on the air. I don't know if the station will crash. You understand? Because this song, I don't know where the song came